Well. It's been a day of beach babes treasure hunting, or at least watching. Nolly! Righteous! Righteous! And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name's Ruben, and this is my review for Netflix's original series, Outer Banks. A group of teenagers from the wrong side of the tracks stumble upon a treasure map that unearths a long-buried secret. So, Outer Banks dropped today, all 10 episodes. The first episode's about an hour long, the last episode's about an hour long, and in between you get the 45-minute to 50-minute segments. It's an interesting story, and I have to say I kind of was gripped by it pretty much from the outset, and I wasn't expecting to be gripped by this. I think the story that works well within the many plot lines that are in this series is the buried treasure, or just the treasure. It's a treasure hunting series. You get lots of these in films, but I've not seen one in TV series. It's kind of like OC meets The Goonies meets whatever treasure hunting film you can name, Sahara, Fool's Gold, any of those. It's a lot of fun, and I think that comes down to the main core group of kids from the wrong side of the banks, as the synopsis mentioned. They all are very believable as best friends. I feel like that in real life, and this comes down to their acting, that they are best friends because their chemistry on screen is very good. The way they bicker with each other, the way they fight, the way they love, the way they help each other, that is all very believable. So at times the dialogue can be very cringy. At times the story does a lot of drama llama. There's all of that. That's very OC, Dawson's Creek if you're my age, that sort of kind of soap, bopper, drama, teenage angst. There's a lot of that in there. But when this is good, it's really good. When it's full of drama, it's really full of drama. But I have to say, there is the music elements and adventure moments that I really kind of went, oh yeah, I could like more of this. And at the end of each episode they leave it on a sort of cliffhanger which makes you want to binge more and more. I expected to watch this in 2 or 3 days because I thought, okay, I'm gonna need to pace myself. This is 10 hours, well, 45-minute segments and 2-hour long episodes. You know, it's a fairly long series, and normally I have to pace myself because watching all day tires me out. And as you can imagine, I like to bring reviews to your eyes, your googly eyes, as soon as I can, but sometimes it takes me a while because there's, you know, it's a long series. This one, the mechanic they use with that kind of that ending for each episode makes you want to know what's going to happen next, which is great. We used to have to watch an episode, you know, way back when they didn't do binging series. We have to wait a week on week and like, well, what's going to happen next? See you next week when Batman rescues.
Next week, Batman.
And so now you don't have to do that, which is, I don't know if it's a lost art, but it's pretty cool at the way it makes you keep wanting to watch more and more. So now that I've talked enough about having to watch more and more, was it any good? And I have to say, it's pretty good. It's okay. I could stand to watch more of this. I'm glad they didn't drag out certain elements of the story for too long. The first 5 episodes, it was a bit iffy for me because most of the characters that you see at the beginning, especially the core group, even though they are very believable as friends, they're all very one-dimensional, daddy issues, that kind of dimension to the characters. But if you give the series time, you don't switch off straight away, there are dimensions to each character's backstory. You allow the episodes to develop and each character gets their own bit. And so it's crafted into a well-formed series where you care about the characters because you know a bit more about them and why they are the way they are. They're 16-year-olds. But they look like they're 24-year-olds. They sure do look a lot older than the characters that they are portraying. I hate it when they do that, but sometimes you need a bit older characters to, I guess, play the roles that the directors and the script writers want, and so they get cast in these. I mean, it's fine. You can ignore it. There's a certain air of, okay, you need to put that sort of thing aside. There's an air of believability, the way people talk sometimes, the stuff that they come up with on spare at the moment. That's all kind of stuff that goes par and par with this type of storyline. So if you're used to teenage kids looking older than they actually are, then this is, you know, that core demographic. But I have to say the actors played their parts very well. The story is mysterious enough to keep you hooked in for the 10 episodes. I think it is actually quite bingeable. There are even a few very creative shots, which I was surprised by because I thought this is the perfect series just to do paint by numbers, kind of soap opera with adventure. I didn't expect to see see too much creativity in this. I just thought they were literally going to paint by numbers. But there were a few times I remember myself coming out of the absorption that I was placing myself in, because I was like, wow, that shot is pretty cool. I love the silhouette there. That's actually pretty creative. So I love it when directors and scriptwriters and cinematographers really try and do something other than just the norm. And I think this show has some of that. This isn't a perfect show though. There are sequences that they could have cut out. There is the stretching of the storyline that it didn't need 10 episodes. I think 6 to 8 would have made it a faster pace, but at the same time, then we would have lost some of that kind of character development. Each of the characters you kind of want to know more about, and you do get to know a bit more. Like I said, they don't drag the story out forever. You do get to find out certain questions that the story is being kind of dragging. Where are missing people? What about the treasure? Where did it come from? It is one of those towns that everybody seems to have like a multitude of secrets, and all the adults have like a dark past, and it's up to the kids to sort everything out. It's one of those. It's, you know, if you want that to change, that is not going to change. This is definitely one of those series. There's a cornucopia of this type of, I guess, young adult teen series, but I like everybody in this, from adults to teenagers. I thought they did a good job. It was entertaining. It does what it says in the tin, and I could stand to see more of this. Let me know in the comments below. Did you enjoy this? Who was your favorite character? What part of the storyline do you think that worked the most? Who are you hoping for to be written off? And did you like the ending? Because I'm not going to do any spoilers. Thanks so much for watching this review, but most of all, until next time, remember, live longer Tuesday.